I don't fault him for not doing it. I don't fault him for not doing the planning. I just fault him for, I don't want to look at that. It's not in.
So you don't find it,
I don't find him, no.
But his art sells for millions of dollars.
And
I mean,
yes, it
it's
does.
just the same.
Like, I'm clearly wrong. I'm not saying I'm not wrong. I'm just, but this is why I'm here. This is about opening our eyes. So I'm looking for people to tell me stuff that I don't know. Yeah, I absolutely don't think of emotion. The reason I don't respond to abstraction is because there's no emotion in terms of how I see it.
But how about somebody like Pollock who just basically just, got the brush? I mean, do you?
See, he's the one that I don't relate. That's the type of thing I don't relate to. Just
That's
kind of random.
That was an
random.
ending thing after.
I mean, was he good? I mean, would you consider that art? I mean,
What in hell is going on there? Why does the whole art world respond to this guy? And I look at it and I say, to me, there's just nothing there, nothing that I even want to try to respond. Suspicion people like me have. I said,
No, I
an
understand.
Andrew
I'm well
Wyeth
aware.
fan to think that a lot of these characters doing this modern stuff couldn't do a simple portrait and have it.
So it took me years to get to this point of abstraction because I was doing treescapes like that. Okay. And I'm gonna walk you through how I got here so that you can better understand it. And the way I'm gonna do that is with my lovely Nick Rose that I own. This is an original Nick Rose that I have in my house. Okay, it's one of his works. I'm going to use this to kind of technically walk you through how I think of abstraction.
okay.
So, the first thing I notice in this painting is that all of the line weights are the same. Right? They're the same thickness. There's a little variation maybe here, but for the most part they're all the same. So what if I took that painting and I varied the line weights? It gets a little different, It's not to say it's better or worse. It's just different.
Okay.
What if I, made those line weights different colors? Different.
And different sizes.
Yeah. Different thickness, different.
Right.
Yeah, that's the weight. What if I then took the piece and added a little perspective, a little depth?
Right.
The way we do that is we play with I have it here, our color wheel. Okay? Do you know that hot colors bring things to the foreground?
Yeah.
Cool colors push things back. So in this painting or in this drawing, or this is even a study, right? I call it a study. We have perspective. We have cool colors pushing things back. We have hot colors bringing things forward. We have opaque versus translucent. We have a little light and shadow. We have what I call tactile movements. You can feel the hand in this, okay? It's not a graphic. So I just took it up another notch. In my mind, anyway. Now what if I added patterns to it? The patterns give it an entirely different dimension or depth. I also added texture. I added a little crepe paper here and there. So we still have everything else that I said before. Now, what if I took it to the next level? And this is in my mind, this is the next level. The next level after this is completely abstracting it. And that's where I cut it all up. And I use the patterns. There's still a little depth, right? There's a good abstract piece will have some, what I call a resting area. A good abstract piece, in my mind, wants your eye to travel around the whole thing and maybe have a rest area. I call that a rest area in my language.
What makes it a rest area?
It's kind of where your eye goes. If it was all the same, it would be like a textile. Think of a calico print with all little flowers. There's nowhere for your eye to rest in that piece, right? It's just all one. So that's what makes, in my mind, that's what makes it a rest area. You can really feel the rest area in this, that red shirt.
What's the difference between the rest area and the focal point?
The focal point in this piece, I think, is this toilet because of the depth. Your eye is going back there, but then it moves and it rests here. I kind of do this analogy with cheese, like when you're little, you'll eat Velveeta, and then maybe you'll move up to American. Then maybe you'll have a sharp cheddar. Then maybe you see somebody eating cheese with holes in it, but it's kind of smelly and it stinks, but then you like try the Swiss. Next thing you know, you're eating Stilton Blue and Camembert and this really stinky, stinky cheese. This is the stinky cheese.
Gotcha, I got it. You better at or
No.
it's just to get an idea of different
It's just to
styles?
keep pushing the edge of the envelope. Like in my case, I have a hard time sticking to one thing. I like to experiment a lot. So this is my current work, and I did a whole bunch of these drawings. I did about 40. What I do is I bounce. Like I can use a drawing to work off of to create a painting. And this is a study. I would consider this a study. I'm no parking on the dance floor. I don't know. And so I see this as a dance floor, and I see this as two figures dancing. But the viewer's not necessarily going to see that, and that's okay with me. So, but a question for Anne would be, what prompts the emotion in you when you look at a work? Is it the...
Well, it's one thing else, because one of the things that stirs me in life is the beauty of small things.
And not light, not the,
Well,
the light isn't the,
Well, the light itself obviously helps to produce
or
that,
to,
but it's just the small moments, not the big, vainglorious victories and wonders and things like this,
Yeah.
but just, somebody
ah,
knitting or, just.
But those paintings have a lot more to it. They have a lot of symbolism, right?
Do
Those-
they? But I'm
those
not sure it's the
paintings-
symbolism that gets me. I think it might be just, just showing the absolute glorious, transcendent beauty of one small moment of reality.
And I completely abstract it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow. That's different.
And I did add a few other elements because I happen to love circles, right? So I added circles.
That's cool.
And what I try to do in my work is create movement, which is really difficult. This might not be moving that much. Do you guys feel any movement?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
No, this one isn't complete. And that's one of the biggest questions you get as an abstract artist. How do you know when
How do you know when
you're
it's finished? How do you
Yeah.
know when it's complete?
You just know.
You just know.
And I know this one isn't complete. At this point in my progression, what I'm really trying to do is build my own language. And you can kind of see there's a language with, I see it as plaid. I don't know if anybody else sees it as plaid. And also, which is something that I noticed, we can talk about repetition. This form, or line, if you will, is the same as this. So there's a lot of repetition in this work. Absolutely. And so you can see
It's exuberant to me.
this one.
Yeah, so that I can get some, emotional charge from that, yeah.
And then what if I take it to the next level?
It's so cool. I might come here every Saturday.